Welcome to the lesson of the day. When everyone looks right, maybe you want to go left. When the market zigs, sometimes you might want to zag. Now, usually we'll always say the trend is your friend, and I'm not necessarily going to talk you into fighting a trend. However, if there is a big enough expectation on an event that a certain stock is going to move in a certain direction, and almost everybody is thinking exactly the same way, the thoughts are aligned, the anticipation is all going in the same direction, you can maybe profit from something that shocks those expectations or subverts those expectations. So we have a couple examples I want to use, not just in real time, but also in a follow-up, where if everyone's looking left, you're going to want to go right, and it doesn't mean you have to be out in front of it. You can just be looking out for those signs for what can be a big opportunity. So first things first, you have to have everybody looking at a certain stock. You have to have everybody looking at a certain event. So in this particular case, I want to talk about SMCI being added to the S&P 500. Now, when Uber was added to the S&P 500, the stock famously rallied into it. There was a sell the news event after the fact. It caught a bid a couple of weeks later and then rallied. But it was pretty clean. Like, it went up going into the event at about 350 when the imbalances come out. You know, it wasn't a huge event, but it certainly didn't tank. That's for sure. Now, SMCI, clearly there was some buying going into it. You can see, like, when it was in late February, it was trading down already $100. It had made recent highs in the last couple of weeks, so it was pretty strong going into the addition, but had pulled back a couple of days. Now, the trade that a lot of people look for at the close of something like this would be, okay, well, if there has to be 5 or 6 million shares bought at the close, you just look for a buy imbalance and the stock will shoot up. And people that might have gotten out in front of that would have gotten burned. Now, if you're expecting that a stock near the close is going to have a buy event, then as it starts dropping, I mean, it was strong pretty much all afternoon. As it starts dropping, there's going to be traders that say, oh, wow, if it's supposed to run into the close, now I'm getting it off of a support level. Now you're talking yourself into other trades. If it's supposed to be a buy, I can be long this at 11 into this 1095 or off of this pre-market low. Those are fantastic entries. That's what the people glued to this stock has to go up can be thinking. Now, if you're a person who is, well, I'll just wait till it actually materializes or comes out, and then I can make my decision after that. Why do I have to get out in front of it? In the back of your mind, you should be telling yourself, hey, there's got to be some longs in here. And this is the key thing. If you're going to look for the shock trade, there need to be people trapped in the other direction. It's not enough that it comes out as a sell imbalance at 350. There has to be a reason that you think people have jumped the gun to really make it worth it going against the grain. Now, in this case, it was a dip into that support and a little bit of a bounce that I think gives you that impetus. So you can see it start bouncing off support. That is a trap long in front of the imbalances. Now, when it comes out at 350, it absolutely tanks. Unless you're an algo, you're not capturing that first breakdown, but when it takes out the low of the day, it just doesn't stop. So you have yourself a reason to be looking for the reversal, an area that you can get in on a breakdown, and it's a sell imbalance, and it's supposed to be a buy. So instead of just gluing yourself to the long, either getting burned or potentially just doing absolutely nothing, which is perfectly fine in that situation, you can be looking for the other direction, knowing that there are some trapped longs here that are going to want to stop out and get out of Dodge when it breaks that low of the day. And the best part about this is it even gives you an opportunity today. Now, if you go back to what is the tried and true normal way that these news events are traded, it's the buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So you would suspect that after a stock gets a run up going into an addition into the S&P 500, that you would be looking for a sell the news event on the Monday. If it goes in and it's effective Monday morning, so you get the close price, then you'd expect there could be a sell the news event. Now, you probably know what I'm going to get at here is if you are looking for the sell the news and the stock gaps up, you still need a reason to be looking in the other direction. Now, if you're thinking sell the news, you don't have much of anything to do when the stock is absolutely ripping faces off, going to the upside. But remember, this is a stock, this is a AI market. This is a setup that a lot of bulls are going to be in love with. A little bit of a wipeout trap bottom. It's in the S&P 500 now. It's taking out Friday's high. This is a gold breakout long on a short squeeze name. However, subverting expectations, if you're still thinking a bit of a step ahead, and again, you don't have to be counter trend, but if you want to be, you want to look for where are people actually trapped. And on a breakout here, you're not necessarily catching people until it breaks out that high. So you're patient, patient, patient. It breaks out that top, and there isn't a heck of a lot in terms of green candles when it gets back underneath that top. So if I come back over this high, that's about 10:30, so 11:30. When it gets to 11:30, there is a minor bounce and then a breakdown. Now, congratulations to you if you're catching that trade in there. I'm not even going to talk about that trade. If you're in there at 11:25 when other things were still ripping, that's a great one. However, when this simply breaks 1100 support, that's something that you can get yourself behind. Because then you've got people taking the breakout here, you've got people that did not cover when it didn't buy on the S&P 500 inclusion, and you've got people trapped in the breakout and the dip buy. You've got all kinds of longs that are looking for the exit when 1100 can't hold. And if you look for the shorts underneath that, it's a clear trend back into the downside. The key thing is if you're gonna go left or look left when the market's going right, if you're gonna zig when the market's zagging, is you have to wait for enough people piling into the other direction. You've got to see it first. If there isn't a reason people have gotten trapped or other traders have gotten trapped, then it's not going to be as lucrative for you to go in the other direction and look for that setup. Because then you're going to wait for an opportunity that doesn't have as much volatility into it. But if you get multiple legs going in the other direction, then looking for that reversion trade can make sense. But a few things have to happen. One, has to be a reason everyone has their eyeballs on it. Two, you've got to get people trapped in some obvious setups in that direction. And three, you've got to find yourself an actual setup with risk to reward for you to get in. Like the bottom break I mentioned, like shorting off of the 350 level at 350 at the time for the imbalances when they come out. You've got to have a reason to be able to get out because you are in some ways going against the grain here. But if you can line those up, you've got another trade you can add to your toolbox, and the next time there's a big event, you're ready to zig when everybody else zags. That's your lesson of the day.